Next rational thinking error. It's a common word that we normally use all the time. And this is the word right here. Number 3. How many times we use this? Especially when we are a kid and today. The word blaming. Blaming. Y'all know how to spell it? B-L-A-M-I-N-G. Blaming. Definition for blaming. Holding others accountable and not yourself. Holding others accountable and not yourself. Man, let me say it one more time. Holding others accountable and not yourself. How many times have we used this thinking error? We still use it throughout the day. A lot of us used it a lot when we was younger, but every time something happens, guess what we want to do? We want to put the blame on somebody else. We see it in society all the time. Somebody do something, get caught, bam. The reason why I did this was such and such. I wouldn't have done this had this person wouldn't have not done that. So blaming is a thinking error that we use, which will also lead us into a criminal thinking error. Because if we don't accept responsibility for our own actions, eventually we're going to end up in a place that from our own conduct and our own behavior, it got us there. And you know what? When I was in federal prison again, I say it again, a lot of brothers was in federal prison, and even though they was caught red-handed, they still blamed the next person. Or they felt that the reason they was there for nothing. They didn't want to take accountability for their own actions. So blaming, holding others accountable, holding others accountable, but not yourself. But not yourself. How many people you know that you see that always seem to be blaming somebody else?
Yeah.
Okay, let's not talk about how many other people. Because this is a group that's, our class basically deals with self-help.
Right.
We help ourselves. And your rational thinking errors, basically, is errors that we put upon ourselves. Mm-hmm. It's our self-talk.
Right.
So if we do something, we don't want to take the blame for it.
Right.
Prime example, you see a lot of cars may be driving and they park. They may hit another car. How many of you think get reported? If you know you hit a car and you got out that car, and you may have been drinking or you might got something on it or whatever it may be, especially when you out in the street. You looking around. What you looking around for?
Somebody see you.
You looking around to see if anybody see you. And if you sure that nobody seeing you, you're going to get back in that car and you're going to leave.
Yep, all the time.
Even though it was our fault. There we go again. Holding others accountable, but not yourself. But if somebody hit your car,
you ready?
It's a problem.
You ready to go.
Now you're going to call the police.
Right.
Because the first thing you're thinking about is insurance. Yeah. And you can't get insurance if that person, that you don't have their insurance card.
That's right.
Unless it's a hit and run. But then you still need to call the police for that. Yep. Because for a hit and run, you got to have a police report. So all this stuff about, I don't mess with no police, I don't deal with no police. I guarantee you somebody hit your car and you got insurance, you going to call the police. You might not tell your homies that you called the police, but you called that police. What kind of car was it? Oh, it was a gray Nissan Sentra. Isn't that snitching? Come on, y'all.
Oh, man.
You just told what kind of car it was.
He told.
In the streets, they call that snitching. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Man, you talk to the police. But that's the truth. That's the reality, correct?
Yeah.
Y'all see this, the psychology, the backward psychology of the streets. See, the streets will have stuff backwards, upside down.
Twist it up.
And they have you so twisted up that in all actuality, you be believing it. You think it's right. You think it's right when somebody hit another car or hit a child and keep going and not report it. But that's downright foolishness. Because if it happened to your son or happened to your car, then it's an issue. It's a problem.
911.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what blaming is. Blaming is the blind side. What's the blind side? What we talked about yesterday. From the what kind of window?
Jehovah.
Jahari window. What the blind side allows you to do?
Things that you don't see.
Things that you don't see. What else, Deshaun?
You said the blind side?
The blind side. What else? What else did the Jahari window? There's 4 parts to the Jahari window.
Unknown.
Unknown. My man, 50 grand. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. Give me one more.
Hidden.
Hidden is the unknown. Give me one more. You said the blind side. You said the hidden side.
The known.
The known. The known is basically when I go to that door, what I'm gonna do? Open. The open. You see what I'm saying? And see, the blaming don't operate out of the open. The blaming only operate out of the hidden. Because you don't want to take accountability or be responsible for your own faults. And some of us, this thinking error, we carry it with us from our childhood all the way from adolescence into our adulthood. We blame everybody for everything. Anything that happens, we place the blame. What's the reason why you not working? I don't have no car. Okay, then your brother got a car. He offering to take you to work.
Right.
Well, he keep tripping about gas. Okay, well you making money. Why you can't give him some money every week?
Right.
For the what's called? Because I got to give my money to such and such. So it's always a blame, and with a blame comes an excuse. Look, that's good. That's good, job. With blaming comes an excuse. We are always making excuses to not do, which is the same thing as what? I can't. When you're making that type of excuse. So let's talk about blaming. Your self-talk again. Blaming. Finding fault with other people or things. Finding fault with other people or things. We always find fault about what other folk do, but you never see the foolish stuff that you do each and every day.
Right.
Prime example. You know, you with your girl, and I'm just throwing it out there, you know, you with your girl, and you go out there and you talk to other girls on the phone. Woo. You talking to other girls on the phone, and then she find out, and she don't say nothing, but then she go and start talking to other guys on the phone. Oh, you got a problem with that.
Big problem.
You got a big problem with that.
That's a huge problem.
You see what I'm saying?
Who you talking to? Who you on the phone with? What's
Now.
his name?
But her excuse is gonna be when you talk to other people.
Yeah.
And then you gonna come from the excuse and start blaming, well, the reason why, because you doing it. But not to mention that the reason why she doing it anyway, because she seen you do it. This is what blaming does. You never get anything accomplished with blaming until you accept responsibility and accountability for your actions.
Right.
It'll go around in a circle. Excuse, blame, excuse, blame, excuse, blame. Why? Why? Blame. It won't me. Well, why'd you do that? Because of excuse. Blame. That's what it does. You never get nothing solved with blaming. Check this out right here. Not taking personal responsibility for your actions when bad things happen to you. Man, when bad things happen to you, you ain't taking responsibility for your actions. Why you flunk your grade? Oh man, the teachers didn't like me. Man, you know you ain't do no work.
Right. No homework, no classwork.
You go in the class high every day. How you gonna learn?
You knocked out.
You go in there blowed every day. Oh, now when a report card come, when that time comes and you gotta give your mama the report card, first thing you gonna say, my teacher don't like me. When the reality is you high every day.
Right.
You can't learn when you're high every day.
No.
Not every day.
It's crucial.
When you place blame. Pointing the finger at others for things within your control. within your control. I want you to watch a little Junebug. I'm going to the store, coming right back. Okay, I got it. You gonna do what you do. Little Junebug run across the street and get hit by a car.
Mm.
What happened? I thought you was gonna watch him. I told you to watch him.
Right.
He ran anyway. I told him to stay still. He just ran out there. Or you make up a lie.
Right.
Not taking responsibility for your actions. Now listen to this right. This is powerful. Use to sidestep personal responsibility. To sidestep your personal responsibility. Blame. Something that you know you're supposed to be doing. Like you at work.
Right.
You got a certain job or a certain task that you're supposed to be doing at work. But you always on your phone. And then when the machine or whatever gets stopped up, you blame it on the machine. But in all actuality, you was the one supposed to have been watching the machine and making sure that the machine don't overload. That's your job. Your job is to make sure that when that green light is going up, that you got to mash the red button. Right. That's all you got to do. But you so much on your phone that when you see the green light, you don't really see the green light because you ain't paying attention. You paying attention to TikTok.
Yeah.
And now TikTok done got you fired from your job. Now when you get fired, the first thing you say is, you ain't tell the truth, man. I let the machine overflow,
right? And
it broke down, and they just let me go. You say, man, that daggone supervisor, he don't like me anyway. Your mom asked you, boy, why you ain't working? Mom, the supervisor kept getting. You remember the supervisor I told you about, Mr. Charlie? He just fired me for no reason. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Use. One more definition. Used to transfer responsibility for some type of inappropriate thought or behavior. The reason why I'm going to do this is because of this. The reason why I'm going to cheat is because she cheated. The reason why I'm going to steal this money from my brother, because he took some money from me when I was in the 5th grade.
That's it, though. Like that.
The reason why I'm going to do what I'm going to do, because they don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
The people at the job telling me to do it one way, but I know this way going to work. And it's faster.
Turn the shit up.
Always making excuses, not accountability. And blaming can also be a criminal thinking error.
Yeah.
It can be a criminal thinking error. Because you'll find yourself going in and out of jail and in and out of prison and not even recognizing that it's your fault.
Right.
You'll blame everybody else. You done wrapped up a rap sheet with all types of charges, and neither one of them you did it. That's blaming.